You should be focusing on me. I'm the one who's in that octagon with you. I'm the one who's going to punch a hole in your head. So stop swerving me. I'm going to be the final chapter in your legacy of failure. I am going to rid the UFC.
It's a hard fight, though. It's a hard fight for Ian Garry. It's a hard fight for Islam Makhachev. I believe that this fight will be determined by what happens in the beginning of the fight. If Garry is able to stay upright for the first round, it could be a long night for Islam. But if Islam is able to secure takedowns early or get close to Ian Garry, I believe that then the fight will start to sway.
Ian Garry ain't just hyping the fight anymore. He's getting in Islam's head. But can those mind games actually shake a guy who never lets his emotions take over?
He's very predictable. I know his game, you know. He good in the ground. He take the back, you know. But even myself, I never give my back in UFC, you know, so someone. Because I don't want to give him any chance, but respect. We make this happen for all this crown, you know. I couldn't leave this arena without the fight.
Joe Rogan ignores Ian Garry's trash talk and says Islam Makhachev's size and elite grappling remain the biggest problem heading into UFC.
Islam is big.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what he's cutting, but he's got the perfect physique for that weight class.
Yeah.
Like he's very, very lean. You know, he makes the weight, and he's obviously way bigger when he's competing. He doesn't look anything like a 55-pound guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
Volk's pretty small.
Yeah, in comparison, when you look at the two of them together.
Yeah.
But the thing is the grappling. Like, you remember, you know, if you look at Volkanovski, he's got real good takedown defense, and he can take guys down.
Ian Garry says he has everything needed to beat Islam Makhachev and plans to prove every doubter wrong at UFC 330.
That kid that dreamt of being one of the greatest MMA fighters in the world is new opponent, new date, everything flipped on its head. That to me is exciting. I just love to fight. And this is an opportunity to go out there to prove that I am better than everyone believes and knows I am.
Good. Sit, hands, touch, that's it, touch. There you go. Good, there you go.
Brendan Schaub says Islam Makhachev's discipline and fight IQ make him dangerous, despite Ian Garry's bold confidence before TH fight.
So you think about his style, it's adapted to his style. It's adapted to his genetic gifts. Good cardio, so he doesn't have a lot of there's no power. Like, he doesn't have knockout, but he's not explosive, super athlete, you know? Yep. So a lot of it's just from sheer hard work and coming from nothing.
I understand.
Showing up every single day.
But his style of fighting, whatever you want to call it, the way he trains, getting to a point where he learned how to avoid getting hit.
You know how? Sparring all the time.
Of course, but the way he sparred was intelligent, right? He seems to have a high fight IQ. Like, being able to kind of shut down.
Ian Garry believes Islam Makhachev has never faced a striker with his speed, reach, and takedown defense before UFC 330.
He's never fought someone as long and tall as me. He's not fought someone as fast as me. He's not fought someone who has the distance management, the boxing capabilities, the head movement that I did, but also the takedown defense. He might get me there. I hope he does, because I want to prove to the world that he can't. I want to prove to the world that I can get back. I want to prove to the world that I can beat him in his own way.
The experts all agree Ian Garry's striking is legit, but the longer he stays near the cage, the more dangerous Islam's wrestling becomes, and that's where fights can flip real fast.
He'll take low shots, singles, doubles. Islam's trying to body lock, trip, clinch a lot. Not saying that Islam won't shoot low shots, but it's just a different style. I think the top pressure is similar, but Islam will take more chances going for submissions, giving up positions, you know.
Justin Gaethje says Islam Makhachev's confidence and relentless pressure make him a nightmare to fight, putting Ian Garry's bold prediction under serious pressure.
He's a guy that's impossible to fight, you know, on that sort of notice, especially whenever you haven't been in a camp specifically training for a hard, you know, cardiovascular heavy fight, training every day, getting your legs ready for something like that. So I thought it would go longer. I thought it would be a little bit, you know, kind of a stalemate in the first round, and I thought Makhachev would kind of take over after that. But yeah, man, he's super confident in what he's got going right now. So I think that makes him extra dangerous.
These ain't just random takes. These are champs talking, and most of them agree. Dealing with Islam for 5 full rounds is a whole different beast.
Them under Khabib because of his strength and his control and the way that he manipulated you on the ground. I think Makhachev possesses a lot of those same type of qualities, very similar when he gets you on the ground. But because he's a better striker, I feel he's even more dangerous than Khabib was during his prime. But
Michael Bisping completely shuts down the idea that Islam Makhachev fears Ian Garry. He says elite fighters are built for moments like this, and while nerves can appear before the walkout, fear is never part of the equation. Ian Garry's bold, punch a hole in your head warning may grab headlines, but Bisping believes Islam stays locked in, trusts his skills, and welcomes every challenge at UFC 330.
Do you really think Islam Makhachev is scared of Ilia Topuria? I'm going to say no. I will tell you this. I don't think any of these guys are scared. Fighters don't get scared of fighting other men. Yes, on the night before you make the walk, when you're at the curtain and you're about to go out and they go 3, 2, 1 and your music plays and you walk out, there can be some doubts, there can be some intrepidation, there could be some anxiety from winning and losing. You're not scared to fight, okay? They are born to do that. Amazing. Islam Makhachev is amazing, right? So I don't think Islam was scared. Another question.
Chael Sonnen believes Ian Garry's movement could make this fight far more competitive than people expect. He says Garry has the reach and footwork to keep Islam Makhachev guessing early, but questions whether that game plan is enough to win. With Ian promising to punch a hole in Islam's head, the biggest question is whether he can stay out of Islam's wrestling long enough to make those words count.
Ian Garry does not just run away in fights. I've never known Ian to do that, but I could pull up an Ian Garry fight right now and I could find out. I could just look at it and go, oh, well, look, he does it. I had never really noticed. Or he's not telling the truth that he's going to chase him. One of those two things aren't true. But I don't know which one it is, and it makes it interesting. And if Ian does play that game of cat and mouse with that long reach that he has, right? Is it enough to say that Ian's going to upset Islam? Boy, Islam's pretty special. I don't know that it is, but is it enough to make it interesting? It made it interesting when Ian took on Rakhmonov. Ian had a plan, and that fight wasn't boring.
Some experts believe Ian's movement could frustrate Islam early. Others believe Islam only needs one clean takedown to completely change the direction of the fight.
Islam Makhachev, the level of competition that he's beaten. Of course, he's a much bigger guy as well. He's got the better grappling. He's maybe got better jiu-jitsu, and you could argue tougher competition against bigger guys, right? But more importantly, the big thing is the size. Islam Makhachev is just naturally a much bigger person.
Islam Makhachev sounds calm and fully focused ahead of Ian Garry. Training alongside Khabib and his full team every day, Islam says preparation stays exactly where it needs to be. He refuses to turn this into Ireland versus Dagestan and treats Garry like any other opponent. While Ian keeps firing verbal shots, Islam lets his training camp do the talking before UFC 330.
An opponent. Yeah, everything is going very well. We stay in the same gym, like last couple of fights we stay in New Jersey and training in Nick Cotton MMA. It's very nice gym. I have too many my brothers and friends and sparring partner with me. Almost all team is here. We're training together. Khabib is here, Javier is here, you know, and we're training every day very hard to be ready.
And obviously Dagestan and Ireland have a bit of history with Khabib and Conor, obviously Paul Hughes and Usman over in PFL. You're preparing for another Irish Irishman yourself. What do you make of E as an opponent and kind of carrying on that rivalry between countries?
This is just like a regular opponents, nothing some between country, but still we have 2-0 now. It's gonna be 3-0.
Luke Thomas says Islam Makhachev is proving why many now see him as the best fighter in the world. After capturing another title, Islam handles elite competition with remarkable control and barely faces real adversity. That is exactly why Ian Garry's confidence gets tested at UFC 330. Garry talks about exposing Islam, but Luke believes beating a champion this dominant is a completely different level of challenge.
Islam Makhachev will probably be your pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world after this. Obviously is now a two-time, or I should say a two-division, not simultaneous, but has belts in 2 different divisions, and is now the reigning, as we indicated, welterweight champion in his first fight up at 170 pounds. There's a lot to say about the fight itself. I think I want to start with what I saw out of Islam. Honestly, this was kind of easy for him. Easy is not quite the right word, but I mean, because the preparation is hard and it makes them very, very prepared. But like in terms of the adversity that he faced in this contest, this is not even his hardest UFC fight.
The talk is almost done, and now it's time to see who's really about that life. Ian Garry believes he's got everything it takes to shock the MMA world and hand Islam Makhachev the biggest loss of his career. Islam, on the other hand, sees Garry as just another name on the list, another challenger standing between him and keeping his throne. Confidence is one thing, but once that cage door shuts, none of the trash talk matters anymore. In just a few days, we'll find out if Garry's belief was the key to pulling off the upset of the year, or if stepping across from the pound-for-pound king turns out to be the biggest mistake he's ever made.